Hey Mama, I'm so glad you're here. I'll be home for Christmas. Has anyone else got 10,000 different Christmas songs going through their mind? At this time of year, I find that Christmas music is it's always playing in my head, and it's what I'm singing out loud. And there's not very many songs, Christmas songs, about home. I'll be home for Christmas. And I mean, there's like chestnuts roasting over an open fire and a few different ones kind of here and there that talk about the coziness of being at home. But there's not a lot about being home for Christmas. And yet our homes are so important. It's what I talk about a lot is a Christian home. And at Christmas time, that home should be brimming with the joy of Christmas, not the commercialized Christmas. Because while we can enjoy all of the red and green and festivities, there are other aspects of Christmas that we know are more important. That the nativity scene that we set up is should be the focal point. And we want to bring that into the forefront of our homes, creating that Christmas home that is a Christian home and what that maybe looks like at Christmas time. So that's what I'm talking about today, is creating that Christian space that is warm and cozy, and it's filled with the joy of Christmas and filled with the story of Christmas, that the hope it brings. And so I've got some really great scripture verses that you can use if you're trying to create a cozy Christmas atmosphere within your space. Some free printables. The links for those are going to be in the show notes. But what I'm going to go through today is some actual activities or things that you can do in your home to keep Jesus as the focus and to create your space, make a space that just exudes the Christmas story, the nativity story, and the joy and the love and the hope and the peace that story is all about, regardless of how much money you have this year, if there is something difficult going on in your life, if you're struggling. This is still a time when you can celebrate and you can bring that into your home and make it special for your family and especially for your children, so that it's perhaps a tradition or something that they can carry on later on in their own homes. So if you are on the go, which you very well might be, get the volume turned up. If you are sitting down for this one, Mama, grab that cup of tea and let's get into it. Hey Mama, I know you're busy. You're living in piles of laundry, you don't know what you're making for your next meal, and there's a really annoying kid song stuck in your head. And through all of this, you're wondering how you're going to build a joyful Christian home. How do I know all of this? Because that was me. Hi, I'm Alyssa, teacher turned stay-at-home boy mom, blogger, podcaster, and Jesus lover. And I know that while this motherhood journey is beautiful, it's also messy. And the best way to enjoy it is to invite God into our chaos and let Him be the rest that we so desperately need. So together, let's strengthen your relationship with God. Let's build a Christian home that is built on biblical truths and enjoy this motherhood journey. You got this, Mama. Creating that Christmas home that is filled with Jesus. I love Christmas. I love all of the decorations, the twinkling lights, and the red and the green, and just the atmosphere that it creates, that cozy feeling. And I have a lot of decorations, and I try to accumulate more every year without my husband finding out. I'd be like, oh, where did this one come from? I'd be like, oh, we bring it out every year. And my now 2-year-old, my youngest, also loves Christmas decorations. He was so delighted when they started putting them out in the stores. And when I pulled out my Christmas sweaters and socks and things like that, he immediately wanted me to put them on, even though that was back in October. And I was like, it's a little early, even for Mama. But creating that space in your home that celebrates the true meaning can be the tricky part, because there's a lot of commercialized parts about Christmas. I mean, Santa Claus and the reindeer are very much front and center of a lot of it. And so it's maybe doing other things to find that true meaning of Christmas, to create that home that is focused on Jesus. And that's what I'm getting into today. The things that you can do to create that feeling within your home that is the true meaning of Christmas. So the first one I've got is make nativity trail mix. This is one of my favorite traditions to do with my boys. And you can grab the free printable for this. Again, the link is going to be in the show notes. On my website, though, it's a free digital download, or you can just have a look at it online. And you create a trail mix, and every food item in that trail mix is something to do with the nativity story. And it's a great way to go through the story with your children and help them remember it, because it's tangible. They can eat it. And what a better way to learn something than by eating it? My boys love it, and it's one of my favorite ways of going through that story with them. You can have a birthday party for Jesus, keep it simple, or go all out with balloons and cake. But that's really what this is about. It's his birthday. It's Jesus' birthday, and he's sharing it with the world. And so maybe having a birthday party will help your children remember that's what this is. It's a birthday. And how do we celebrate on birthdays? Well, we have a party for them and honor the person. And so that is one way that maybe will help your children remember that Christmas is more than just a time for presents and songs and decorations, that it's Jesus' birthday. Decorate with scripture verses that relate to Christmas. Again, you can grab that free printable with different verses that I love to use at Christmas time, and that link is in the show notes. Have your kids help you make a playlist of their favorite Christian Christmas songs. And so I know I love all of the non-Christian Christmas songs as well, but I also try to have playlists that are Christian Christmas songs, so that I can have one that's specific for the times when we are doing things that are nativity based, Jesus based, and just so that my kids learn those ones as well. And Spotify is a great place to curate those playlists and things like that. Or just get some old CDs. Like, CDs are great for listening to things, but have those Christian Christmas songs, the Christmas carols, that tell the story and the exciting parts of the Christmas story, and play them. Start a tradition. Names of Jesus, star ornaments. There's lots of different traditions that you can do with your kids, different Jesse tree, Advent things that you can do, stuff that you start at the beginning of December. I know that we're middle of December now, but things that you can still start or do, shepherd on the search, things like that you can do with your kids to help them understand the meaning or the scriptures behind Christmas and why it is that we're celebrating, the importance of it. Watch The Star, which is a movie about the donkey who helped Mary and Joseph get to Bethlehem. It was one of our favorites when my son was younger. We haven't watched it obviously since last year, so we'll see if he still enjoys it this year. You can read one scripture verse a day until Christmas. Again, sort of Advent idea, but reading a certain scripture every day. Act out the Christmas story with your children. Kids love getting into a role and playing it out. Use your bathrobe, have them walk a long distance, pretending that they are walking to Bethlehem, and get their animals out. So you have sheep and donkeys, and however you want to do it. Turn the lights out, have a star that's shining that the wise men had to follow. There's lots of different ways that you can act it out, and little kids love that type of thing, to really get them into the story and understanding what happened. You can do a nativity Christmas countdown with your kids. You can talk about the true meaning behind Christmas. I mean, Santa Claus is based on a real person, and I talk about that in the blog post, The Santa Dilemma, about whether or not I do Santa Claus in my house. You can listen to that podcast episode or read the blog post on that, but talk about who Santa was. Saint Nicholas was a real person and what he did to help people, and that's where the idea came from, and the importance of helping people at Christmas time. And remind your children about the gift of, or the reason for giving gifts is because Jesus was the ultimate gift, and that we want to share his love with other people, and we want to help people, and that's why we give gifts to people, to share our love and show our love. And so it's not just about receiving the gifts, it's about giving them as well, and heartfelt giving and giving of gifts. Even if we don't have a lot of money, there's still ways that we can give to people and share with others when we don't have a lot. There's lots of opportunities for helping and giving of our own talents and gifts as a way of sharing as well. So those are just a few things that you can do in your home to create that atmosphere of Christmas without bringing in too much of the fluff. If you're really looking to tone it down a little bit and you don't want all of the commercialized Christmas things, there's a lot that you can do that is biblical. And if you're listening to these things and trying to understand where all of these things are coming from, just go to the blog post. All of the links are in the blog post as well. Again, I will post that in the show notes and you can check that out there. So there's different printables and things, digital downloads that you can grab and use, and it just makes your life so much simpler. You don't have to go digging for it. I've got it all there for you. And it'll help you to create that atmosphere that you're wanting to create, because that's so much of what a Christian home is. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter how clean it is. It doesn't matter if your decorations are 15 years old and falling apart. Christmas is a time for joy. And it's a time for family and finding things that you can do with your family to share that joy with them, and then maybe with others as well, and helping them understand the true meaning of it. And so I hope that you're able to do that, to bring that into your home with all of the baking and decorating and singing that you do, that you are also able to have that true meaning within your space, within your home, that your family can feel it and they know that their home is a place of peace, that at this time with all of the excitement that's going on, that the reason why you're celebrating is because it's Jesus' birthday, and that everything that happened on that first Christmas night, the excitement and I'm sure the fear and the anxiety that happened as well, was for us. It was all for us because Jesus came for us. He was the ultimate gift of love. And I hope that you are able to convey that to your family, and with some of these ideas that will help you to do that, to create that space, that Christian home that is just brimming with the true meaning of Christmas. Thanks for joining me today. Did you know that Busy Moms Christian Homes and Little Bit of Lavender is more than just a podcast and a blog? I have resources available on Etsy and Amazon to help you with your walk every single day. If you need some scripture cards, if you need devotionals, if you need planners, I've got them all. The links for all of that is going to be in the show notes, or you can head over to littlebitoflavender.ca for more information. I pray your coffee stays hot, your children stay calm, and keep Jesus in your heart. Until next time, Mama. God bless. Just one final note, Mama, before you head out. If you don't follow me on social media, on Facebook or Instagram, head over to Little Bit of Lavender and hit the like, hit the follow, and stay up to date with everything that's going on. I post stories about things that are going on in my life day to day, and especially around Christmas time, what my home looks like, some of my decorations and the things that we are doing. So if you want to follow along and get more ideas and to see what a home looks like, a very normal, not very clean, busy home, then head over there, and I hope that you can be encouraged and you can enjoy the things that I do within my space to try and create that Christian home.